Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Welcome to another episode of Sharing the Scoop, and today I have with me is Karuna. So hi Karuna, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good too. I hope you are safe and fine as well.
Yes, thankfully, yes. And I hope
Yes,
you're also safe and fine.
yes. We all are safe. Don't worry. So Karuna, can you please introduce yourself for our viewers?
Sure. So I'm Karuna. I'm a Mumbaikar. I completed my graduation in BCom, specializing in accountancy and finance. And after that, I went on to do my MBA, specializing in HR from NMIMS. And I'm currently working with EY.
Amazing. So Karuna, what was your thought process while preparing for all the MBA entrances, and how did you manage?
So first thing was soon after my graduation, the first thing that popped up in my mind was I had to do my further studies, and MBA was one of those courses that came before me. But one problem was being a finance graduate, everyone wanted me to take finance as a majors in my MBA. But I had always had an inclination towards HR, and this came from some of the sessions that I attended during graduation college. So I researched upon that a bit, and I was sure that I'm going to take majors in HR. So after that, so the first main part was convincing my parents and my relatives about doing an MBA in HR. Then talking about the preparation, so I had a group of three friends. So I and three more friends. So we used to sit together, prepare a schedule. So this helped us mainly in helping each other out whenever any of us got stuck. So that was a very important part, and also this helped us keep a track about the other person's progress, like how many lessons you've completed, the chapters you have done, or where are you lagging behind. So this helped us a lot in uh, seeing each other's progress. Second was I am and was very fond of mathematics. So doing cons or practicing cons was like an energy booster for me. But I made sure that this did not affect any of my other subjects. So I used to give equal importance to verbal, to cons, and to DI. So I did not let any one subject overpower the other subject. I used to give equal time to every subject. Third was revision. Revision played a very important part in my preparation, because even if you know how to solve the questions, speed is one main thing that you need in an entrance exam. So even if you know how to solve the questions, if you don't solve it quick and fast, you'll lose out the opportunity to solve another question. So revision played a very important part. Minimum a person needs to complete 3 or 4 times. The revision needs to be done, and that was one thing. Then, yeah, mock tests. Mock tests also are a very important part while preparing, because they let you know where you're going wrong, uh, where are the parts that you need to concentrate more, that you need to focus more and study. And wherever you go wrong, you can go back to the solutions and check that, oh, this was the part that I made a mistake. Sometimes it's just one single step that you make the mistake, but you don't realize that until you go back to the solution and take a look upon it. So that also is very important, giving mock tests. Numerous mock tests, you must say. That also is very important while preparing for an entrance exam. Yeah.
Very true. All the points you have mentioned are equally important, and yes, everybody should focus on each point based on their advantages and this. I mean, their strengths and weaknesses, basically. Okay, so can you tell us three insights about NMIMS, that is your college, which only a student will know, and we will not get it outside?
Sure. So one best thing about NMIMS, or the thing that I like the most about NMIMS, is the social internship program that it has. So during the first year itself, in the month of January or February, you have to work as an intern in an NGO, and this goes on for a month, and it's very useful and important in your career, because you get to know a lot about the social issues that exist in your society. So previously also I've worked as a volunteer in many different NGOs for different events, but working as a volunteer, taking part in one event, and working as a part of as an employee in that organization is very different. You get to know the beneficiaries of the organization, how the funds come into the NGO, how are they dispatched, or how are they going to the beneficiaries, and
Utilizing.
yeah, and you get to talk with the people in the other beneficiaries. You get to talk with them. You get to take their interviews. You get to know their life stories. What are the circumstances that they faced, and how did they overcome those? And this really played a very important part. So this was the best thing that I liked about NMIMS. And this comes exactly the timing that they have. The time for the social internship is also very important. This comes before the corporate experience that you have. So once your summer internship placement processes are over, you have your social internship program. And after 1 month, you have your exams and then your corporate internship. So even before the corporate internship, you get a hang about what it is to like work in an organization, and what are the things that an organization should consider about giving back to the society. So this was the best thing about NMIMS. The second would be the diversity. You get to see people from different cultures, different backgrounds, with different experiences. And for example, in my batch itself, there were people who were from psychology background. There were people, engineers, non-engineers, economic honors. There was even a lawyer in my batch. So they have they have a variety of mix. And the greatest advantage of being a part of such a good mix is that whenever there is a discussion about something, you get to hear from different perspectives. You start to think in different perspectives. You just don't have a single focus or a single unidirectional mindset. You start to think in different ways, and that enhances your thinking process as well. So that is one great thing. And the third thing about NMIMS is obviously its infrastructure. Absolutely luxurious infrastructure. Uh, you get a hang of a five-star hotel as soon as you enter the campus. So you don't have a campus, but this infrastructure is worth it. And it's not only about the physical infrastructure, the technological infrastructure that it has. So they have a Bloomberg terminal there. And whichever student who wish to study more about Bloomberg or wish to use Bloomberg for their projects and assignment can do so. They can apply for the course and they can sit for the course and study in batches. Not only the Bloomberg terminal. If any student feels that there is a course or a tool in the market that is trending, that is currently having a lot of importance, and which will be a value addition to your career, you can always talk to your faculty members and tell them that we think we need to learn more about this tool. They will make sure that you get the opportunity to get the lectures. They give you the necessary aids to make sure that you have all the necessary educational or whatever you say. You have the opportunity to learn what you want to learn. So that is also one thing that NMIMS provides, and this is also one great thing that NMIMS has. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So such a detailed answer and amazing insights you have given, which actually every MBA student should actively looking for before deciding any college also, because not only it's a matter of 2 years, but it's matter of lot of money plus your entire career. So these all
Yes.
value addition should matter a lot. Okay. Now, interestingly, you mentioned that you have done accounting and finance, and then you have completed your MBA in HR. What were the struggles that you faced? I mean, you said you had to first convince your parents, your relatives, and etc. etc. But in the interviews, in the college, in the 2 years, what were your journey from accounting, finance to HR?
Yeah. So it was not easy. So first thing I had to convince my parents, as I said, and the second thing during all of the interviews, the first thing they asked me was why HR, why not finance? So I had to convince them as well that why am I choosing HR as my major. Then okay, coming into NMIMS is a different story altogether. So once you get into NMIMS, you have the orientation program, and then comes the clubs and committees interviews, the group discussions. Then you have the events organized by all of these clubs and committees, and then there is a placement process that starts, lots of group discussions, personal interviews, and as soon as the placement process gets over, you have the social internship program. And all of this happens over and above your academics. So there are academics, there are projects, submission, assignments, vivas, everything going on one side, and you have to find a balance between both of them. And being a graduate from Mumbai University, jumping into the professional life of NMIMS was really tough. It was very difficult. I had it was very hectic. It gets very hectic during the first trimester. Actually, the first 3 months are like you won't get time for anything. You don't get time for yourself because you have to adjust to different things. You have to work on everything. You have to work to build on your CV. You have to attend the courses. The lectures itself go on till 6 o'clock, and after that you have to do all the things that I mentioned. And then there are case study competitions that come along. There are numerous things that happens in NMIMS, and you have to find a balance between all of them. So it gets a lot of hectic. But one good thing that I got in NMIMS was my peers were very supportive and very helpful in that sense. So immense support from them. We all supported each other to go along the way, and yes, we had an amazing journey.
Absolutely. Super. And so, Karuna, before we wind this up, probably last couple of questions. What are the changes that you see in yourself before doing MBA and after doing MBA?
So there are many changes, but I don't know how to put forward it. So some of them would be I've become more composed and calm. In the sense of decision making. So earlier, if I face any situation or any problem in a personal life or in my professional life, first thing I would do is jump into any solution that how do I solve this? But now I think the approach is more important than the solution itself. My approach has become more systematic and more consistent. The second change would be that I have become a lot more aware about the social issues that prevail around me. So even after the social internship got over, I made sure that I'm not distant from the organization that I was working in. I'm still in contact with them. I still attend all of their webinars or the sessions that they
Events, basically.
Yes, everything. Even after the internship, me and my colleagues who were working in the organization. We went to the annual event as volunteers. So I got a lot of value addition from that social internship program. So yeah, and
Amazing.
one more thing I would say is that um, my passion my passion was dancing. So during the first year I was like, okay, I have to put, because it's getting a lot of hectic, I have to put my dance aside and concentrate more on my MBA. But I guess it was a wrong decision because I was going a lot more crazy without having a passion to let out my frustrations or uh, the time that it takes, the energy level. So yes, you have to have a passion, and you need to have something that relaxes you very well. And I realized that, and now I'm sure that whatever may, but I'm not letting my passion go away from me.
Of course, you learn how to manage and prioritize things in your life. That's what MBA definitely does, because you have like 10 different things on your plate and you have to choose like top 5. You automatically become a little more serious about your choices, and you do things which will help you. And the second good part that I liked was the social internship. The only thought process was in my mind during that time was, yes, it keeps you grounded even before you start your corporate journey. And that's when you actually knows that what the majority of the people are going through, and we should be a little compassionate towards them once we reach that stage, and definitely should give back to the society. This was the beautiful part of this whole process. So, Karuna, thank you so much for your time and beautiful insights that you have given us about NMIMS and HR programs and your own personal experience as well. Hopefully we can do such more sessions in the future, and all the very best for your future endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.